3 prize cards and shift the prize lead back into Noah's favor.
Yeah, definitely a lot going on in that regard. Now, the Raven setup's been quite interesting here because we see like the Nest, or the Buddy Pop and the Nest Ball, something like that. Buddy Pop, wasn't it, I believe?
It's that Nest Ball. We're going to see exactly what this grabs, so maybe just checking through all the prize cards, and this looks like potentially just going to be that Frigibacks as the choice. Maybe it is that Puffin, actually. I think it looks like it could be.
It's going to be like an Ultra Blast starting a super random.
So it's an Earthen Vessel. So we're going to look at energy cards right now, and I think Raymond maybe sequencing to maybe maximize something like this Pokestop.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to see every card get played. The Nest Ball can potentially find something like Radiant Greninja or Qianpao, and I actually think Radiant Greninja could be the best Pokemon to retreat into at the end of your turn.
Yeah, I mean, you do potentially risk getting obviously prizes. Of course, it is weak to lightning, so if Noah can do it, thank you very much, and that's going to be great. But it is unlike anything else that Raven could put out, not vulnerable to knockout repeat acceleration.
That's true. Yep, not going to be vulnerable from that. And additionally, the way things work out, I mean, it is still possible. Oh no, it isn't possible. You're just quite a little bit short to knock out this Radiant Greninja. Just going to see concealed cards start things off. We'll draw 2 cards. There's an Ultra Ball in the hand. Also has that Pokestop, and Raven's going to spin the wheel. See what this finds. There's a Super Rod yet, and that Prime Catcher.
Not bad.
Prime Catcher could be very solid on the following turn to maybe take a knockout onto one of those Iron Crown EXs to put yourself out of that range of being amp you very much. Is this how you word amp you very much? Attack with amp you very much.
Yes.
Or we're making up new words in this video. We're really innovating out here.
New phrases all around, but just give me a pass from Raymond after that. So no 2 prizes going down right now because I really need to. Now it's over to Noah's.
We need some pronunciation classes here. We need to go back to boot camp.
Yeah, definitely. There's a Town Store in hand. Noah's only play one of those. It is that one of the same option. Could use search out future boost energy capsule and maybe retreat from Miraidon, but it looks like it's going to be actually going to go for that straight away. It's always good to be able to boost your damage up now. Doesn't need to put down an icon with a future boost energy capsule. Will be 6 damage will be enough to knock out this Bidoof. So pretty decent start.
Yeah, so we will see that be the choice. And I think what Noah's debating here is, do I want to play this Research in hand or do I want to play Arven? On the one hand, grabbing a bunch of cards out of your deck, just drawing into them is very, very solid, but you lose a lot of resources when you're researching away 4 or 5 cards in the hand, and I believe one of those was something like that Electric Generator. That's a card that you're going to probably want for later on, and looks like Noah thinking, I think the most wise option here is to just maybe play this Professor, or rather just play this Arven, perhaps something, wait, this is actually a good opportunity, I believe, in this situation. Noah understanding that with just 1 Frigibacks coming down to play, we could see peak acceleration with a future booster energy, take the knockout on Frigibacks, and that would be exactly what Noah does, bringing up the lone Frigibacks, preventing any sort of attacking pressure from Raymond on the following turn, and then more importantly, also putting some energy cards into play, which can be great with something like the Iron Leaves later on to maybe take a 1-hit knockout.
Yeah, Raymond reading the future boost energy capsule and rather perhaps expecting this play, just a very early aggression. Yeah, you're not going to get down your Pokemon, but if you essentially guaranteed delay the back scale for a turn, pretty worth it, honestly.
Absolutely. Not only do you get these energy cards into play, but you guarantee that you're going to be taking a knockout on whatever your opponent brings up, or using another peak acceleration to put even more energy cards into play. And Noah's playing plenty of those, so it's no issue to load them up onto this Miraidon.
Yeah, and this is sometimes where it's important to recognize where what looks like a risky play actually isn't, because you look at that and think, oh, well, you're just going for an aggressive possible scale early on, but he's trying his setup, you're showing that's bad. But no, in this instance, it absolutely makes sense to go for. It's not a risky play if you're doing a play that can make your opponent basically not able to respond to it, because now Raymond's Smith is also attacking this turn. There's no way to reply to this Miraidon. Yeah, with the inability to place things like Candy Back Excalibur, multiple energies, it's a barrel. Sure, it gets evolved, but it's really not going to get a lot of value, as we're actually just going to see concealed cards build this hand up even more. Is there something like an Irida to maybe grab multiple of those Frigibacks? Your worst nightmare is you get your lone Frigibacks knocked out, you put another one into play the following turn, and then that one also gets knocked out. Yeah, so there is the Irida there, so I'm actually going to find a Buddy Puffin and maybe just like another water Pokemon of some kind. Could even grab a Qianpao here, start to have that option for later on, but the Buddy Puffin is going to be the number 1 grab, I'm absolutely sure.
You could see Back Excalibur get grabbed, I believe there's a rare candy in the hand, so that could be a solid grab for the next turn. So, yeah, I mean, this is a little bit of an offset here for Raymond. Does have that Radiant Greninja in the active spot, so if Noah wants to take another prize card this turn, he will not be accelerating more energy into play, and that's the name of the game, because Iron Hands is great, but it's got a pretty hefty attack cost, 3 and 4 energy, and Electric Generator only gets you so far. Yeah. Maybe think about grabbing that Iron Bundle as like the water Pokemon from the Irida. Of course, it's a nice option to potentially have. You can just, force something out the active, and maybe this could be a way for Raymond to force Noah to promote 2 prizes, because we know that generally speaking, these decks tend to play, 1 Miraidon, maybe 2, and the rest of your board is normally then 2 prize per Pokemon yet, so in that sense, a Iron Bundle could almost act like a Pokemon catcher in some regard. Lots of things to think about. It really will come down to Raymond mapping these prizes out extremely well. Wants to just go 2, 2, and 2 and keep pace. That's why Miraidon is also so good. It just kind of acts as a 7th prize for your opponent's deck a lot of the time, and that's really not what you want to be doing, especially when their strategy is to rush you down and take extra prize cards to swing that into their favor.
Oh, and hold on, Raymond. We're talking about, how Noah's deck is the Iron Hand focus deck. Of course, these Qianpao lists do tend to play 1 Iron Hand of their own, and that is defined off the Nest Ball there for Raymond.
It's sort of maybe taunting Noah a little bit, saying, hey, look, if you decide that you want to knock out one of these Pokemon on my bench, maybe something like the Greninja, or you want to chase after another Frigibacks again, I'm going to come at you with Iron Hands. I'm going to even things up here at 4 prizes.
Yeah, that's Pokestop coming down as well, so now Noah's not going to be able to play names anymore. Looks like that's a Nest Ball and a superior energy retrieval off of the Pokestop. Pokestop treating Raymond quite well right now. Usually only 1 out of 3 from each of them being a card that you can't get, so feeling pretty happy about that.
Yeah, what's that Irida though hitting this card?
Yeah.
That's really not what you want to see, but just a trade off for everything. So Raymond's going to pass the turn over, but this board looks excellent. You've got multiple Frigibacks into play, you've got the barrels, so we'll kick things off with an Arven. So search the deck out for a tool card and an item, and I think Noah's just going to take this opportunity to now just put some more energy cards into play. And we'll see this Techno Radar possibly grab 2 Iron Hands, and I like this active play from Noah, not putting Iron Crowns to play. He doesn't need it because I think he understands that later on in the game, if I can go for that play where I have all 4 Iron Crowns available and I can knock Qianpao out, that would be a huge swing to close things out.
Yeah, and you don't need Iron Crown right now to take KOs on things, so like you said, absolutely makes sense just to prioritize the Iron Hands instead, because you really just want to be able to chain attack as much as possible. And I mean, in this situation, you're feeling pretty fine to just take a KO with the peak acceleration would be enough, but you can use of course around a second attack, that will be enough to knock out the Greninja, and then just have the Iron Crowns ready to go next turn. Yeah, I think it's going to come down to what this Electric Generator. If this can grab 2 energies, I think Noah is in an excellent spot. Maybe just get aggressive and take a knockout onto this Radiant Greninja. So let's see, 5 cards. Do we see? Yes! It does find double energy. Wow.
Powering up this Iron Hands EX, and this is going to be the big question for Noah now. Do you really need to accelerate these 2 energy? You won't be taking a prize card. The damage is pretty much irrelevant onto the Radiant Greninja. It will always be knocked out by anything the Iron Hands does. Iron Hands can sneeze on this Radiant Greninja and it would be knocked out. Finds another Electric Generator. Yes, the booster energy capsule to this card pile, but what are we going to see? Do we see any more energy cards? And does find 1, and I think because this second generator hit an energy, Noah, because he understands this Qianpao deck is typically not playing things like Lost Vacuum to get rid of tool cards, can safely put this Heavy Baton onto this Iron Hands and take a knockout with this Miraidon. Actually just going to retreat and use that arm press attack to knock out this Radiant Greninja, put this Iron Hands on the active spot and say, look, you've got to find a lot of pieces here to knock me out, and if you do that, I'm going to be able to power up my bench Iron Hands and have this Miraidon still able to take a 2 prize knockout onto your Qianpao. Excellent hits here from Noah, putting himself in a great spot here in game 1.
Yeah, this is so clever, because now you deny really Raymond the option of being able to take a 2 prize knockout with the Iron Hands onto the Miraidon. Now you're putting out this 230 HP EX of your own, and all of a sudden Raymond has to find even more pieces to take a return knockout. And yeah, like you said, even if you find all those pieces, the end user can go onto the other Iron Hands and he just carries on attacking anyway. Yeah, and that Iron Bundle that Raymond grabbed is just really not going to have a lot of value, because Noah is more than happy to just put up that Iron Hands with no energy. It's not knocked out. Booster Energy Capsule can allow it to retreat with that hefty 4 retreat cost, and if it is knocked out, then you still got everything in play that you want to. Arm Press is online, you've got still all your Iron Crowns in deck. This is looking very nice for Noah. I think Noah has understood what
he needs to do in this matchup, capitalizing on that single Frigidax put down. So Raymond will just continue developing the board, second barrel coming into play. But it's really going to be a choice of A, what attacker are you able to put together, and B, how do you respond to whatever Noah is going to attack you back with. The big question is, even if you use like Chien Pao and then you use something like Iron Hands, can Noah just knock both of those Pokemon out with something like Arm Press and never ride on second attack?
Oh, but you see the Prime Catcher gonna bring up that kind of deny that play that Noah tried to do, and instead just go to Prime Catcher, draw a bunch of this barrel. Does he find the piece together to knock out? I am not sure if that'll get there.
I think with that superior energy retrieval, if there's 3 energy in the discard pile, let's take a look.
That's not sure if there are 2. Yeah, exactly.
He's even one piece short and has already used the Pokestop, so can't discard cards from the deck to hope to find these energy. And it's just going to be this Prime Catcher A-Spec, essentially wasted, used for no effect to bring Miraidon up, and this Iron Hands can't even retreat, so it's just kind of stuck in the active spot. It can put some energy cards on the bench, but this is going to be another huge advantage here for Noah, and this has even more tempo in this first game.
And you can't even arm press, of course. Oh, wait, was the Pokestop not used?
Maybe the Pokestop, what?
I
was thinking to myself, is there a chance? And I think this is going to be what it comes down to at this point. We're going to see the Ultra Ball get played, I believe Nest Ball, we can see one more Pokemon come down, and it's literally going to come down to this right now. Raymond does not find something like an Earthen Vessel or something maybe like, even, Chien Pao's just not a great attacker to you, so I think it's going to just come down to this. Hold on, I think we're just making sure that our abilities have been used. So sorry about that, little bit of miscommunication. So we're not over yet. Raymond's still going to draw 3 cards here. Do we see a Water Energy? And we do.
Okay,
so
there we go.
Raymond is in an okay spot. I felt like he was a little bit short on what he had done this turn, so still plenty of things to work with, and it will just be the energy found, and he can still use Pokestop to potentially keep his turn going.
Yeah, so 3 cards. Let's see what Raymond finds out. This Pokestop, we have Ultra Ball, Nest Ball, and 3 hits off the Pokestop. Wow, Raymond is firing on all cylinders with this Pokestop right now.
That is gold right there. Pretty much just red draw 3 for Raymond at that point. Just put all those items in my hand, and don't need any Pokemon necessarily, but this is more than fine. We see the superior energy retrieval that will potentially just discard some of these items that were found off Pokestop, essentially acting as a free discard. If that, it's just going to be 2 of those Ultra Ball being discarded. See the Lightning Energy grab, attach return, and then Shivery Chill. We'll put those final 2 Water Energy onto this Iron Hands EX, and there it is. Amp you very much. Raymond responding back. 4 prizes each, but there is just that Iron Hands EX already powered up in the hand. Potentially able to knock out this Iron Hands EX. We'll need to find a good amount of cards here. That's sort of the issue because there's that Heavy Baton. You're only dealing 160 damage. 3 Iron Crowns will not be enough.
No, you
to
need full 4.
Yeah, so here we go. Raymond, or Noah looking for a different supporter card. Very interesting clues. We see that Penny. Not hard to see a lot into this Iron Crowns EX deck.
No, absolutely not. So definitely not a choice. But I mean, just as an option to pick up an Iron Hand safe, gets damage like not all the way, but just a little bit short. Suddenly you can undo it and damage. It's just a very great utility card in general. So it does make sense. Even if it's a little bit unorthodox.
I was really got to think about where do I attach this energy card this turn. And we're just going to see Pokestop use again. Techno Radar, Switch Cart, Generator. This is not a deck necessarily built to benefit off Pokestop. You've got a lot of cards you don't want to discard, high supporter counts, these tool cards, but Noah just getting rewarded in full. Now able to bench double Iron Crowns, and is this a time where Noah tries to go for that quad Iron Hands bench and be able to knock out the opposing Iron Hands with Arm Press? You kind of imagine that's what he's looking for.
Yeah, I mean, as I recall, there weren't any Iron Crown in the prizes, were there? So yeah, if you can find the Techno Radar, you can do this. The Generator finds, again, 1 energy. Respectable, it's not bad. You don't really need any more, but just having more as the option later on is always great. And just filling that deck more energy, getting your Iron Hands powered up. You see another Heavy Baton on hand as well, so that can maybe be able to chain even more if you wanted to.
You really don't need to from this point.
No,
exactly. So here we go. Big 7 cards. If Noah can find Arven, he can guarantee this 2 last Iron Crowns, and he does find the Arven and will instantly play it to grab that Techno Radar and another one of those future booster energy capsules. Even just going to go for the Prime Catcher. Who needs 4 Iron Crown? You can just Prime Catcher up something like this barrel on the bench, attach return, and use Amp you very much to not only lock these energies on the Iron Hands EX, but also take out one of those support Pokemon.
I mean, forget about it. You can, with the amount of Iron Crown you haven't played, you can actually just clear Excalibur very much.
That's true, yes, of course, adding that damage 20 more for each Iron Crowns EX thanks to that Cobalt command ability, and it will be the Excalibur coming into the active spot. Amp you very much. It was scary when it was 120 damage. It's 160 now. Excalibur will go down. Noah will go to 2 prize cards left, and Raymond is just going to concede he cannot come back from this spot. Noah goes up in game 1.
And that game was a phenomenal demonstration of just how frightening this Iron Hands focus deck can be. When you're just dealing with something that can not only do a lot of damage, but then take extra prizes as you're doing it. It is absolutely terrifying to go up against, especially when it gets going the way it did in that game.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have this misconception sometimes that, and I even have it sometimes too, that Iron Crowns is an easy deck. You just attack with Miraidon, you power Pokemon up, but Noah really sequenced everything extremely well. He had a game plan every turn of what he wanted to use. He had fallback plans. He understood, hey, my generators don't hit. I've got this line to go for, and it all worked out for Noah. Did get a little bit lucky off that Pokestop, really helped things out, but yeah, you gotta really give credit for Noah in that first game. Played it out beautifully, and even though Raymond had a little bit of a slower start, missed that Frigidax, it seemed that there was potential to come back at the Prime Catcher Iron Hands, but it just wasn't enough.
Yes, taking a look back to the right side, Raymond was running a little bit on the back foot with the double candy prize, but yeah, Pokestop really going on both players, to be honest. I think both of them hitting very well, but Noah especially hitting things, not even playing Pokestop, but just getting a little benefit from it. And yeah, with that on the Greninja, setting up nicely for the 2-2 prize map. We did the Prime Catcher there onto the Miraidon, and that was of course great for Raymond was able to piece together an Iron Hands play with that, but then Noah just had the response straight away.
I'm excited to see what game 2 is going to bring. We'll see if Raymond actually chooses. So this Chien Pao deck, a lot of time it likes to go first, but Raymond, sort of as a counterplay to Noah, will actually be opting to go second here in this set. How do you feel about that?
I guess Raymond is just thinking, you know what, I don't like Miraidon second turn 1, so I think I'd rather just, let my opponent go first, and maybe that way, if I go second, I play an Aaron on my turn 1 and get that myself that buddy pop in, and that way I can set up 2 Frigibacks, and I'm not worried about what happened in game 1 happening again.
Wow, double Irida prize and that Iron Hands. You're going to be able to fetch that out, but those Iridas, not having access to them early on, could definitely hurt Raymond's setup in the second game.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to see, especially when you go to the strategy of going second, right? The whole point is that you want to get Irida turn 1, but it's just an attached pass from Noah.
Yeah, that's really all you need to do here. You can't play a supporter card, and honestly, it's kind of fine to get that extra energy drop down. Yeah, things are pretty much going to act the same. You know you're always going to be attacking before your opponent does. All this really gives for Raymond is the ability to just, as you said, have a stronger setup, play Irida, maybe just get that perfect board. You got double Frigibacks down, double Bidoof down, and then 2 Pokemon if you're choosing, like Radiant Greninja, Chien Pao, you name it. Yeah. And with that first Nest Ball, Raymond, take a look through again at the prizes, you're going to notice that the Irida numbers are a little bit awkward there, and the Iron Hands also in the prizes, so Raymond won't have access to that for now. We did see it become quite relevant, of course, in game 1, able to clear that Miraidon with it, so you notice that the only single prizer in Noah's deck, it's still a very relevant option to have to kind of make sure you keep up that 2-2-2 race. So this is Nest Ball, so we could see something like Radiant Greninja, a card that cannot be grabbed off Buddy Puffin, or the Chien Pao. Chien Pao getting into play, we saw Raymond was very hesitant to ever put that down, never benched the Chien Pao in game 1, makes me question if we'll just not see that Pokemon come down until the end of the game where it can take a big knockout with Hailblade.
Yeah, and there's an Earthen Vessel, interestingly enough, as well, so could easily grab some more energy to spin that more. I do think I saw Buddy Puffin in hand. Oh, there's Hisuian Heavy Ball. Okay.
So this is an interesting choice here for Raymond. He's got a few Pokemon in the prize card, so what do you value getting off of this Hisuian Heavy Ball? Is it again that Iron Hands? Could you go without Iron Hands this match? My instinct is telling me it's going to be really hard if you don't have access to Ambi very much.
Yeah, I guess so, but that really doesn't deal with the Miraidon, so maybe you think to yourself, you know what, I can grab myself the Frigibacks here, and that way I can Buddy Puffin for a second Frigibacks and something else. Maybe you want to grab that Chien Pao, you did game 1, he was reluctant to bench it, but it looks like he's going for it here. Yeah, he does.
So Looks like a little bit of adjustment for Raymond. It is hard to play this deck without that Shivery Chill ability, so crucial. Like, and your energy card, we saw how close Raymond was to not having the energies needed, and that's what happens when you don't use Shivery Chill early on in the game.
Yeah, so restart for engine, was able to eventually find his way back, but Raymond is now going to be able to confirm that 2 of the prizes. Not great, especially when you are going second, but still a pretty decent setup about Iono, to be honest, so got to be feeling pretty happy about that.
Absolutely, grab some more energy cards, concealed card hit away, draw some more cards. This GM-POW is not getting knocked out to a peak acceleration on the following turn. So still plenty of action. I'm sure Raymond would like to get down some more of these basic Pokemon. If there's maybe something like a Buddy Puff in, looks like we're just going to see another Nest Ball. So at minimum, and this is I think another choice that Raymond has to make here of, do I want to get down a second Frigibax, really eliminate the chance of game 1 repeating itself, or do I get Bidoof down, and it's just going to be again, lone Frigibax does Noah have the potential to maybe go, oh, this is actually really scary here. Had Noah had a piece like a Miraidon or a Techno Radar in hand, then we could have seen Prime Catcher target down the Frigibax. So Raymond playing a little bit risky, but in a matchup that a lot of people would consider unfavored, this is sort of the risk that you have to take in this spot. So we'll just play down that Arven, instantly grabbing that Techno Radar to the top of the deck, and that future booster energy capsule, and we'll start to see these Iron Hands EX get powered up.
Yeah, no way, unfortunately, for I think based on Noah doing that, I don't think there's a way you can get a kill on the Frigibax at this point. But at this point, you don't want to go in for some all-in gamble play that doesn't work. You want to set up nicely and with the Tech Radar, you can get yourself there, you get Miraidon, and you can attach ranges to your Iron Hands. It's where you want to be.
And just considering what does the rest of this look like, what cards do I want to discard? Now there is an Electric Generator in hand, but I think with the amount of Pokemon that are available, we can't really see an Arm Press knockout on this GM-POW. So we're just going to see, it looks like, okay, again, Noah making these adjustments in this game, and really just trying to play around the prize trade and make it so that Raymond has to play that 7-prize game again, where he's got to maybe take one more knockout than he would like to close out a game.
Yeah, just going to get both Miraidons out, why not? And that future boost energy capture, going to be able to retrieve that Iron Hands for free, attaching the light energy there. And actually, this could set up the GM-POW very nicely to be more easily knocked out with an anti very much in the Iron Hands.
Speaking of Iron Hands, 2 energy off that Electric Generator being put onto that Iron Hands EX, and with this future booster energy capsule, if Noah decides to play that down, will not, but that's more than okay. Sets GM-POW up into the range later on. We'll just see that peak acceleration. It's going to put energy onto this Miraidon. Don't forget, Sparking Strike does do 160 damage, and that's before it gets boost, so it's the same thing as Arm Press, essentially.
Yeah, this is the exact reason why you play just one-side Genji in this deck. I mean, I guess it also tends to open up the Iron Hands attack, or is that only one-side Genji?
Yeah, it's 2 colors and a psychic energy. It doesn't get boosted by its own Cobalt command, but it's a good option to have against decks maybe like Snorlax that want to bring it to the active spot, so it does have a lot of utility.
Yeah, so the one-side Genji, they're putting in a lot of work, and yeah, that Sparking Strike as well, like 160 damage on a single prize is phenomenal stuff, especially because you can also boost that with the Cobalt command.
Let's not forget here for Raymond, did prize 2 copies of that Iono, so he's really going to be potentially having a bit of a struggle to get Rare Candy Excalibur plus more this turn, especially having a few water energies in hand. You got to balance drawing cards with the concealed cards, but also maximizing the barrel. This is where Raymond's sequencing, Raymond's practice with this deck is really going to come into play.
Absolutely it is, and he's going to want to try and play around this Miraidon, of course. One of the reasons why Noah decided to bench Miraidon, of course, with the Iron Bundle that Noah knows that Raymond plays, you do have, if there was just the Iron Hands out, then essentially Iron Bundle could act like a Prime Catcher to bring up the Iron Hands, but now it kind of forces Raymond to have a Gusting card instead of the Iron Bundle to take 2 prize knockout.
So we'll see how things go down. We'll see the Shivery Chill, it looks like. Just going to shuffle the deck up, so we're more than content to just try and draw as many cards as possible. You can see 2 cards with the barrel, and then Greninja draw even more, plus an attachment to thin the hand out, and looks like that will be the line here from Raymond. So energy attachment for turn, just considering, can I burn anything else? It will actually just be the Super Rod Blade, so putting these water energies in the deck, it's a little bit of a trade-off. Yes, you draw 1 more card off the barrel, but water energies are not really what Raymond wants to see on this turn.
Yeah, no, it really isn't. So Super Rod going to put some of those energies back into the deck. Or was that discarded off an ultra ball?
No, that was Super Rod putting it back in. So there's Excalibur in hand, and we do see one of those 2 copies of Iono found off the Industrious Incisors.
Very important find. Yeah, and then the concealed cards are good. Find another barrel, but it's only 1 Bidoof down this time, so we're going to be able to evolve that. But so with the Iono there, and now we're going to do Shivery Chill, actually.
Yeah, lots of...
can't get 3 energy off that, unfortunately.
Just imagine you just anything that has energy in its text, you just get to grab it off Shivery Chill. Alright, that's a good idea. Yeah, creatures, if you're listening, maybe that would be fun. Now that would actually be...
No,
You know what, I think the motto for this weekend is if I have an idea, don't listen to me. Unless it's the Alka, then maybe listen to me. So we'll see exactly what happens here. And a great find off of that Pokestop. 2 more item cards to add to the hands.
Yeah, Buddy Puff and that Ultra Ball, just more search options. But what options to discard the Superior Energy Retrieval as well, because you only really need the Buddy Puff in the early stages. Actually, going to play it though. Going to find stuff. Oh, that second Bidoof, of course. This is one really interesting thing about this GM-POW list. There is a free barrel line in here.
Yeah, really valuing industrial